Okay guys, so you know how I tell you everything's connected. Well, I'm going to try to connect two things together. I have studied transmission of disease since I became a science teacher. When I heard of the first Ebola outbreak, it was just fascinating and it was horrendous. So anyway, what we're in the midst of now is very, very interesting. It is something coming, it is touching home for the first time, really, really touching home like we've never seen before. So I read a book this past year. It was about fighting forest fire. It was written by a guy named Norman Maclean, who wrote A River Runs Through It. And in there, and since following the forest fires or the wildfires in Australia, we used to not think that embers made a big difference when it came to fighting fire. And we have since found out embers are a main means of fire spread. So an ember is, a glowing splint that goes in the air. They can travel for hundreds of yards or miles and land and start a whole new fire elsewhere. When we look at this, we can look at those people as embers. So someone traveling out of New York City to escape kind of the lockdown there, if they had tested positive for coronavirus, they are now that ember. And wherever they choose to make their new home, that is where possibly a new hot spot could start. So they may say, hey, I'm going to go out west in the middle of Montana. It's going to be safe there. And they pick a small town and they eat at a cafe and they go to a movie there and they go to church there. All of a sudden, that town can now become a hot spot. If we don't do what the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, recommends, if we don't do what they say, this can get bad and get bad fast. Again, the bad part of getting bad fast is those folks right now in a town like Terre Haute who need to be in critical care unit have a bed. Those folks who need a ventilator can get a ventilator. When a lot of people get bad in a short period of time, then doctors have to practice triage, and that is determining who gets the ventilator, who's more likely to survive, and who doesn't. We've got to listen to what the CDC says. Any short fix on this, there is no short fix on this one. It's going to take a while, and that's okay. It's going to keep the majority of people safe. So please follow what those folks say. So you want to know how long it's going to take, listen to what they say. When they say the plans have to be flexible, they absolutely have to be flexible. But if you want this to be done anything less than May, folks, it is not. It is not. And as soon as they loosen restrictions somewhere, those embers are going to travel. And so keeping those restrictions tight for now, govern with love, it's going to be better. All right, sorry for the serious note, but that's something from your teacher. I hope you guys are doing well. You take it easy.